Shalom, shalom, Akim. Anybody out there that's viewing, I think I see Beto's out there. I think Brother Walter just texted me. He about to jump on. But for any future people that are going to jump on and watch this lesson, shalom. I want to start off, of course, giving all praises to the Most High. And I do that by facing the east. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Mamalak, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh. All right. So this is a little lesson. We're showing love to a certain brother that wanted this lesson. Hopefully he'll get on or eventually see that we obliged to do a lesson that involves the family unit and basically your circle, because it doesn't really have to mean that you're married or this could apply to single people, but you have a tight circle that's close to you, and so sometimes they could be a blessing, but most of the times they can be an obstacle. Okay, so this is more of a lesson or a recommendation by our brother Paul in some instances and some precepts that I got lined up where brother Paul gives his advice and our advice as brothers in the truth and how we may go about our certain situations. We all carry different personalities, different spirits, and how we deal with our own personal circles. So we're just going to weigh into the matter, and we'll see how this can benefit those brothers abroad, especially brothers that are new to the truth and coming into the truth. And I'll start off by saying when I first came into the truth, I was super overzealous, man, I wanted to cram it down people's throats so bad, you know what I mean? You got to listen, and I was like stupid hardcore with it. And I learned that sometimes you can't be too nice, but you can't be too overly zealous because you'll come off as like you're bugged out and and too hard. And you got to understand that people can't see what you see. You know what I'm saying? Because it may not be their moment to wake up. They may never wake up and they may never see it. So there's things that are going to always constantly be working against you to prove your worth, and then later you're going to have to learn that wisdom and how to deal with the circle around you. So, I mean, with that being said, any of you brothers want to interject real quick before we get to some precepts, kind of like introduce yourselves or say, what's your take on dealing with your personal circle? Anybody could jump in whenever you like. Hey, everybody can hear me?
Yeah, Khan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go first. Shalom Akim, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Baruch Atham. As far as, are you speaking about how we deal with our families, our wives?
Yeah, because you got your inner circle and then you got your outer circle. That kind of they're tied into that inner circle and could probably weigh into what happens around you. But first. Let's look at it from the inside out and how you deal and kind of juggle that around in the truth.
Well, to tell you the truth, when I came into the truth, I was 17 years old, and I'm 46 years old now, by the grace and power of the Most High. So, my family's heard that for all them years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you said, bro, when I was young and shit, I was definitely an idol smasher and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taking crosses off the wall, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We learn, bro. The scriptures don't say to do that, but
Right.
Hey, even Abraham, he grew up in a household that was, we got to be honest. Sarah, he was going off. You know what I'm
So I
saying?
want to
So,
go. I want to go into interview mode with you, brother Iraq, real quick,
God,
because I'm 5 years into it. I don't know how long, brother.
Yakashar.
No, brother Matthews, kind of around the same time, and brother Yakasha, I think you've been a little longer. But for you being the oldest in the truth, um, elder, let us know. How did things eventually transition to having your household sanctified?
Well, as far as sanctified, I mean, remember our people are stuck in their ways. So
Right,
the
right,
best way to go about it, you have to walk in that light. You know what I'm saying? There's no other way to go about it.
right.
You can't get down on that your people are still in the darkness. You were there, even though I came in young. So my situation is a little different because I'm young when I first come in, so I'm on fire. And you want everybody else because you love your blood. You know what I'm saying? You want them to come in as quickly as possible too. Especially the time I came in, we thought time was of the essence. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have 20. We were not looking 30 years down the road. We were
Right.
looking 4 or 5 years, the year 2000, so on and so forth. So, obviously the Most High had to show me patience, and shit. I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. A couple of months ago, for the first time, my mother see me hold camp. You know what I'm saying? And it was my lady to say, "Yo, come in the room. I want to show you your son." And my mom sat down, see me on the TV because I recorded, put it on YouTube,
Right.
and just looking at my mom's face is like, wow, this is a surreal moment. Now, mom, 30 years, she know my beliefs. I don't believe in Christmas, all that. For all those years, I never partook with my family. But as I got wiser, I said, let me interject myself in those festivities to be the light. So it took, I went through many different angles about this, and once you open up to your family that is still in a Gentile state of mind, they might reveal certain things to you that is going to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is working through all our people, bro, not just us in the truth. Because my mother revealed to me that my grandfather actually was doing the same thing, bro, in Puerto Rico. That he was going out predicando, preaching in the streets, bro, and they used to call him crazy and everything. So obviously that's something that's gonna blow your mind. Like, but obviously he was with Christianity, but the zeal was present. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't say that he was pushing Caesar Borgia. All I know, he was pushing the Bible to his people in Borinquen. Long time ago, maybe 30s, 40s, whatever. So,
yeah, same here. The only reason that I have this extreme interest for the word is because I grew up, in the church with grandma. Grandma was one of these, crazy strict Pentecostals, and you know what I mean. Skirt wearing and everything. So, for some, to a certain extent, she was kind of keeping the law, you know what I mean? But she didn't know that she had to keep the law like we know it.
Right.
To be true, But yeah, man, she had this desire to want to be close to the Most High, and I guess those things are like the seeds and the foundation for us to sprout forward.
Yes, sir.
And come into the truth. I only wish he was alive to see the progress. I would have definitely, my grandma loved me so much. I would have definitely convinced her to be into the truth, because I was the one at 5 years old that convinced her she was a Catholic. And so as a little kid at 5 years old, they brought me into the church. So there's a short feel, man, but I'll try to make it quick. So I was 5 years old, and the church would rent out the church to another program called Yogi Bear. You from NY? Brother Iraq, you from NY? You from the Northeast, NY?
Yeah, I'm from NY. All my life, born and raised in Manhattan.
All right. Well, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Bushwick.
Come. My lady's from Brooklyn. All right.
All right, so but back in my day, man, 'cause I think I'm a little bit older than you, and so they had something called the Yogi Bear program. And so it was like Sunday school and whatever. So I wanted to be part of the Yogi Bear thing, but the church people from the church, they took me under the wing for some reason, and they stuck me in the attic doing their Sunday school. Where we would go, I didn't get to play games like the kids in the Yogi Bear did. I had to go deep into this word, you know what I mean? So I mean,
Pentecostal? Pentecostal, you said?
Yeah, Pentecostal. So
yeah.
I mean,
bro, that's admirable. I mean, that's why I say as time goes on, you're like, wow, our people are God's people. I don't care if they're not in the truth, bro. They have that spark in them, bro. That's all we could give it.
Absolutely, you know? Absolutely. And we just need to get them off of that slave master doctrine and start realizing who they are to proceed forward with the foundation that they already have built and see if they can, you know. But some of these people, they're so indoctrinated, bro, that they you know, it's sad.
Yeah, con.
But hey, man, let's get into it. You got anything that you might want to interject, brother Yakasha?
Nah, brother, I'm just kicking in the cup right here.
All right, cool. And I know brother Matthew, he's young in his family thing that he's trying to organize now. You know, he got his little rib by his side. You know, he's bringing up his daughter, man, and he has a real chill spirit. I could tell you that. So he not feisty like me, man. I want war most of the time.
Hey, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
How we should, you know, how long we all been married?
Hey, brother, it looked like you fell off your chair, man. But it was the phone. I could tell that.
It looked like something from out of the WWF. Right
we good. It was my phone.
I'm trying to say how you got this nice, you know, humble vibe going in your house, and it looked like your wifey just fell off your chair. All right.
Yo, Aklaban, I actually do have a scripture. Let me just call it out to actually you have it lined up. I'm just gonna read it straight through.
Oh, we live, so just bring it out, brother.
It's 2 Timothy 2 and verse 24 to the end. And the servant of Yahweh must not strive, like you said when you first come into the truth, like as myself, you know. That's all I'm trying to do. Strive, thinking I'm striving against the works of darkness. But this is by the apostle. We have to follow these instructions. It says the servant of Yahweh must not strive, but be gentle unto all men. You know what I'm saying? Our people, and obviously you gotta just chill out with, you know, smacking Esau back of the head because you're a mighty warrior of Ephraim now, or Issachar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. Now, those are people that they're opposing themselves because they're going against their own nationality. They're going against their own truth. So it says, if the Most High peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth, like we were just talking about, and that they may recover themselves. Yeah, recover themselves. Recovery, because right now they're on that Christianity drug. You know what I'm saying? They got to recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will, meaning their thoughts. You know what I'm saying? They might come in, they might listen to you, it sounds good, like, you know, and the devil might just come and take them captive by his will by putting in another thought to take them out of that seed that we're dropping.
Yeah, so as soon as you sow that seed, Satan come and take it away, you know, take it right out of his fertile ground, you know. But and that's a good thing what you said, because, you know, sometimes we apt to get into that smoke, and we don't know what the Most High's plan for that person down the line. So you can't be quick to judge. And I wanted to touch on something else you said as far as we have to listen to these apostles, right? And it's true, because would you say that if Brother Timothy was alive right now on this live, would we not take his advice? If Brother Paul was here on this live, wouldn't we not adhere to his words?
Yeah,
so
nobody want no smoke with Timothy or Paul. Let me just put that out there, bro.
Right.
None of these Israelites out in the world today. Timothy, that's one of the top men that ever lived on earth, being that he was taught by the apostle Paul that who was taught by Yahweh Shai, that was sent by Yahweh. I mean, these are them dudes, you know, these are them brothers right there.
Because there's certain times that you know, Hebrew Israelites want to kind of downplay Paul because of the fact that people inside of that Christian dogma kind of misinterpret Paul. But if you really understand Paul, there is no downplaying him. You have to know that he had a special zeal for this work as well.
Yeah, Romans 9th chapter lets you know who Paul and what Paul is all about.
Yeah, Romans 9th chapter is probably one of my go-to scriptures. So let's get into it, man. Before, this is a family event, right? We want to bring out what the family circle is. But before that, let's understand that we're part of the Most High's family. We are the chosen children of the Most High. So really, our Father that's rearing all his children, right, is in charge. So, Brother Matthew, if you bring me out Amos 3 and 2.
There's the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
And you know what? I use the script plenty to show that the Most High is exclusive to his children and his children alone, right? You only, I mean, I would love for anybody to get around this particular verse. You only, he's being super exclusive. You only have I known, okay, of all the families, I've known you. And that's why I punish you. So I used a similar to plenty in camp. I said, you don't go into your neighbor's house to go spank your neighbor's children. You don't go and try to reprove the kids out in the street. If you see your kid is rolling in the street with some bad kids, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go snatch up your kid by the skull, and you're gonna drag his butt inside. And if he deserves a whooping, you're gonna whoop his ass, him alone, or he or she alone, or whatever. So you're gonna be exclusive to your child. This verse is simply telling us we're the exclusive family of the Most High. So with the Most High being the head, with Christ following after his Father, and Christ being the head of us, then everything is a trickle-down effect. So this is why we have to work in an order, all right? And to prove this and to show this, I'm gonna go to I'm gonna mostly work from Ephesians 5. And I got a couple of precepts. I know you brothers got a couple of precepts, and I just need y'all to, I don't want to take over nothing. Let the spirit flow, and you brothers come in as you feel, and let's bring this word out. All right?
Brother Alban, to go with that family thing real quick, I'm not even going to break it down. It speaks for itself. Ephesians 3, 14 and 15. For this cause I bow my knees unto Yahweh, the Father of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, of whom the whole family in heaven and in earth is named. That's the same family being spoken of in Amos, the 3rd chapter. The whole family in heaven, because our family is also in heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's the angels and in earth.
Man, how grand is that, right? How grand can people wrap this around your head? I mean, can you let this penetrate through your head? You have a heavenly body that's connected to you. Your bloodline goes back to the very judges that maybe that are in heaven. You know what I mean? And so it is always a humbling experience to feel that I'm part of that lineage, to understand this truth the way it was meant to be understood by his children. Okay? So if you're starting to see this for what it is, welcome to the family.
That's right. And remember, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Those are our abuelos, our great, great, great to the thousandth power. Those are our forefathers. You know where they're at right now? They're in heaven. Abraham, Isaac, and heaven are seated right now, and wherever the Most High put them. But they are waiting for the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
They are in Abraham's bosom. They are seated in heaven, waiting for us.
Allah. And you know what? That man, like I tell you, bro. Yeah, I had love for my abuelos, man. I was abuelos kid. You know, I was spoiled by my abuelos, and so imagine to think that I have the greatest abuelos on the face of the universe, man. So I mean, again, man, you guys are so privileged. You don't understand how grand this can be and how prevalent this can be in your life if you just allow the Holy Spirit to take charge of your life and like the scripture says, you put the Most High first and everything should fall into its place. I know our desire is for everyone to keep up with us, you know, and that's the reason for this lesson, right? Because we want everybody to be on board with us. We want everybody to be on par with what we're learning. But you know what? If you don't solidify what you know, how can you expect to be an example for the ones that are in your household or the ones that are looking up to you? Because sometimes it doesn't seem like they are, but they are, because they're checking your every move. You understand? That's why you have to be more careful than ever to walk in the steps that you do, because your same circle is the first one that's going to point that finger and say, hey, Mr. Holy Man, look here, ain't you going against what you preach?
Your enemies shall be of your own household, huh?
Right. So you got to be careful, because you know they're looking up to you, but at the same time they'll be quick to point that finger. You know, so if you want them to be on board, you gotta be the light in your house. And I got
real quick. Let me make this point. The Most High. Yeah. I just thought about this. This is a beautiful topic, bro, because the family, everything we read about in the beginning of the Bible, that's about a family, a book about one family, bro. The family of the Most High. Abraham. When you're reading all that story about Abraham, that's about family time. You know what I'm saying? Right. We got an intimate view into Abraham's everyday life with his wife Sarah, his son Isaac, you know what I'm saying, and Ishmael, whatever. Jacob and Isaac, the same thing. That's an intimate look at a family, bro. So family is important. That's how the Bible starts.
There's nothing new under the sun. So everything that is illustrated to us in this word, it's kind of like a repetition for us to get a feel of how everything vibes within our family. And the Most High puts us through these adversities as well, so we can see how the family acts towards, or how the wife acts towards the husband, both physically and spiritually, how we act treacherously against the Most High. You know what I mean? And these examples are given to us so that we can see in a very minute way, because we can never see the whole grandeur of God's thoughts, but he lets you into a window of how you are really acting with him. You know what I mean? And he does it through these examples throughout the scriptures. Okay, so let's go to that Ephesians 5 and let's start from the top.
What verse you want me to read, Doc?
Let's start from the top. You can hear me okay?
What's that? Say it again?
Let's start from the top. From 1.
All right. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 1. Be therefore followers of Yahweh as dear children, and walk in love as Yahushua also had loved us, and hath given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to Yahweh for a sweet smelling savor.
Okay, so right off the rip.
But fornication.
Okay. Continue. Go ahead. Finish it up. Till 3. Go ahead.
Verse 3. But fornication and all uncleanliness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you, as becometh saints.
As you becometh saints. Okay? This is also to show you that the saints are not the little angels with wings flying about. We are the saints. This is in the high regard that the Most High held for us, that even out of the words of his own son's mouth, he called us gods. The apostles called us saints. Okay, we are on another whole different level. So that's why we have to use wisdom as the principal thing for everything we do. So we always should be walking in the spirit, exercising the spirit to do grand things and to do things appropriately. Don't act off your emotions. Always take a moment to breathe and think it out and work it out within the spirit, so that you come across. Give me a precept for Psalms 34 and 1. No, actually Psalms 34 and 2. I want to touch these first things on 1, 2, 3 using Psalms 34 and 2.
I got you at Psalms chapter 34, verse 2. My soul shall make her boast in Yahweh. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad.
Keep going, because we're gonna go through 11. So I want to get a little bit of it out. Okay.
Oh, magnify Yahweh with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought Yahweh, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him, and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried, and Yahweh heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angels of Yahweh encampeth around about them that fear him, and delivereth them. O taste and see, Yahweh is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. O fear Yahweh, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek Yahweh shall not want any good thing. Come, ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of Yahweh.
Oh, Allah. So you know what, man? This is the proper ingredients, right? You fear the Most High to do His will. Through fearing Him and doing His will, that transitions into the love of doing thus saith the Lord via what proceeded out of His mouth, right? Mainly the law, which is our instruction manual. And when you fear and you love His law, you show Him love, and then you have want of no things. You have no need to want of anything. And again, like I said, you're putting Him first by doing this, and everything falls into its place. You're the children of the Most High. So being the children of the Most High, He's going to adhere to your wants and needs. And if your wants and needs is for your household to be sanctified, well, this is also promised to you via the scriptures, right? So whether it be sooner or later, all this will fall into place for you. You know what I mean? And you'll have that final culmination within your household of righteousness flowing throughout your house. Okay, whether it might not be right now, whether we desired it to be right there and then. But again, remember, you got to work on yourself with trembling and fear, right? And seek your salvation so that you can solidify that for you and your household. Okay? All right. So let's jump back to Ephesians 5 and let's go 4 through 14 now.
Khan. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 4. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. For this ye know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an idolater, hath any inheritance in the kingdom of Yahushua and of Yahweh. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of Yahweh upon the children of disobedience.
Okay, hold that right there for a second. So understand, if we're disobedient, we're only going to sow the seeds of sin within our household. So again, it is, if you're the head of that household, and this is what you're requesting a sanctification of your home, of your circle, of the people around you. You cannot have no weak moments where you're acting in a way contrary to this law, to this word, to the instructions that are given unto us. You have to be that shining light, lead by example, so that you're not put in a reprobate mind. Just for you being weak and slip up just a little bit, you can just be put into a reprobate mind. And God forbid, because you may never come back from that. I've seen it happen. And to this day, I haven't seen them come back. I only pray that they come to their senses before it's too late. Okay, continue.
Khan, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 7. Be not ye therefore partakers with them, for ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in Yahweh. Walk as children of light.
You got to walk like the children of the Most High. You are the children of the Most High, the princesses of Yasharallah. You know what I mean? You are the light. You're leading the way for the rest of your kindred. Okay, your brothers and sisters there that have not come along. Imagine your physical brother and sister. And a lot of us are. I know a lot of us are. I mean, if not all of us have brothers and sisters. How much more will we want to get this through a brother's head or through our sister's head? Man, you don't know how much it ails me that I couldn't have my whole entire family immersed in this truth. Okay, but then again, we know that not everybody is built for this. Okay, so there is an elect. We can only pray that we can see others come along. I mean, but we can go to Luke 12 and 51 for that. Somebody real quick. You there, Brother Matthew? You there, Brother Yakasha?
Yeah, I got it.
You want me to get that?
Anybody, 1251.
The book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 51. Salakia, you want it?
Yeah, bring it.
Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. Oh, you wanted 52, Salakia, right?
Yeah, 50, 51, 52, 53.
Khan, for from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. 54.
No, we're good right there. So, as you can see, man, sometime, all right, well, most of the time, man, I'm not even gonna. You know what, brother? The brother that actually requested this is here on the chat board. He's watching it. Shalom, brother. This is for you, brother Jose Israel, and for not just for you, man, because this is working in the spirit for a lot of us that go through this, man. A lot of us, you know, if not 90% of us. Okay, so this is why it's really important to work wisely on these matters, right? So you got to understand that these divisions are created in our very own household, sometimes just to kind of either reprove us or to test us to see what we're built of. Just like the scriptures in Zechariah 13, you know, you're going to be proved through the fire, you know, and if you withstand this fire, you're going to come out as gold and silver. You know what I mean? But like I said, we can't be overzealous with it. We can't cram it down our throat. Like Brother Iraq said, we can't start crashing idols, which I'm guilty of. Literally, I'm guilty of. One time, I convinced my sister-in-law to go into her crib and destroy all her idols. And it was a time where she was trying to learn and everything. She allowed me to do it, man. I took the Caesar Borgia 4 foot tall supposed Jesus Christ statue. I took some other Buddha thing, some other kind of witchcraft thing, man. This other ball, everything. I put them into a garbage bag, rode them to the side of, I rode them like a couple of miles up the I-10 where I live. And I pulled over on the side of the highway at night, bro. And I just started going ham on them things, bro. But, you know, that was by permission. But, you know, some of us want to go crazy and just start tearing into people hardcore. So we gotta be more tactful with this. We have to be more wise, bro. I'm not saying to be too soft with it either, man, because sometimes if you're too soft, you know, it gives an appearance of weakness, and sometimes we're not wanting to be weak. We're just wanting to kind of do things through love. And right, you gather more flies with honey, right? So, or more bees with honey. So yeah, so but it's not for us to be into strife. It's like Brother Iraq, bro. We're not to strive in this. We're not to be this built up stress because of it, man. The scripture says, resist the devil and he should flee. So sometimes you have to resist certain things, and you got to peep things. You got to peep game before things are happening, before they're starting to evolve. And just, you know what? Just walk away from it. Go to a room. Go pray. Go read your Bible. That's always worked for me, man. Where I set myself apart and I start indulging in the spirit. And you know what? The demons around you cannot withstand that. They have to go. They will have to flee. Okay, so let's go back to Ephesians. We were at what? We were at 8, right? Yeah, we were gonna walk as the children of the light. We're the children of the Most High, so we have to represent in light. So that's basically what we're getting to. We have to shine that light for our families to see. Lead by example, right? So, which let me get a precept for that too. Give me 1 Thessalonians 5:3. another brother. So while Brother Matthew's still holding on Ephesians, let me get that.
Thessalonians, I got you.
All right.
First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3.
Read it through 5.
For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness.
So guess what, man? We the children of light. We're not going to be overtaken by any spirit from the left side of things, any spirit of darkness. Nothing's going to catch. It should be catching us by surprise. We're supposed to be able to peep it, recognize, and shift and be able to act accordingly. There was a saying that we used to say in the army, which I guess I've forgotten because it's not even prevalent that I even was participant of the Devil's Brigade, but nevertheless, it was a shift and move or something to that effect. So you know, you see contact, right, and you react to it. You shift, you move, and react, right. So basically, sometimes we got to be on guard as the soldiers that we are too for this truth, you know. And we're the soldiers of the light. We're the children of the light. This is what it's saying. So we're supposed to always be able to be on our guard when it comes to the left side spirits, you know, those evil demons that are trying to attack at all times. But again, if you react properly, if you react properly to these situations, then that all the more builds up your repertoire with your family circle, because they say, "Damn, man, you know, I remember when Dad used to go ham on these situations, or when my husband used to bug out on this and act all crazy, but now he's more calm, he's more patient with me, and he's reacting in a more intelligent, mature manner." And these all things are blessings and gifts of the Spirit if you keep indulging in the proper way to go about things, which leads us to verse 9 of Ephesians. Go on with that, Matt.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 9. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth,
And righteousness,
proving what is acceptable unto Yahweh.
Okay, proving what is acceptable. What is acceptable? It is acceptable that you act as the saint, the God, the prophet that you are. You know what I mean? As someone that is privy to know that you are a holy people set apart. So in you being greater than most men on the planet, you should be showing and proving that every single day, that you exceed expectations in your household. And you're always going to exceed expectations when you're working within the Spirit of the Most High. Okay? All right. Continue through 11.
Doc, I got a precept real quick. Exactly what you.
Wow. Yes, bring it.
Yeah, check this out, Akim. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 4, verse 5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. So you got to walk in wisdom towards them that are without wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Redeeming the time, because, you know, it's high time we wake out of sleep. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to bring our people, you know, to the light that was shown on us. How about shine the light on us? So we got to walk in that wisdom towards our people that are without. They're still in the darkness, you know, redeeming the time. Because
redeeming the time. I got a precept for that coming up.
Bring it out.
No, actually, it's coming through in the lesson, but didn't we cover that, Brother Matthew? Redeeming the time?
Okay, so
no. You actually got something that's actually coming up in this chapter. But that's great because that just confirms that everything is flowing in the spirit. So,
Yeah, it just popped into my head. So
yeah, that redeeming of time is taking advantage of the time that's given to you. You know what? I ain't got time for all the BS. You know what I mean? I don't got time to be arguing with you. I don't got time to be messing around and going to so and so's party or so and so's whatever or anything for that matter. You know, sometimes if I do anything outside of this truth, I feel like I've already wasted time. So that redeeming of the time is taking the most advantage that you can of this truth and working it to your advantage, working it to the advantage of those that are looking up to you. All right, this is what we're trying to get at, man. There's like they say that there's more ways to skin a cat, man. So it's not really, like I said, in that spirit of overzealousness. It's great to be zealous about this word. I'm super zealous about this word. But when you get overly zealous, it'll lead you into mistakes because now it starts playing with your emotions and you're outside of the spirit. Stay within the spirit and the spirit's going to guide you. What it says, the spirit will teach you all things. Okay? And he's the comforter. He'll comfort you in all things as well. All right? Come on, let's 11, Brother Matthew.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
You hold that because you know, and then here goes the tail side of things, right? So you know, we can act in all love and be all hubby-dubby and be all smooth with the people we love. But then there's a time for reproof. Because if anybody's out of line, most definitely if my children are out of line, they're gonna get checked. You know what I mean? And if you and the Lord teaches us that we need to reprove our brothers and sisters. If we see them out of line, we need to check that. And then comes the wifey, right? How do we check the wifey, right? Because, you know, not everybody's rib is built the same. You know what I mean? And I could attest to that. So my wifey is a strong-spirited woman, and it applies for anyone else that is looking on. Some people may not have that problem. Some people do. And so I have to really be very, very, very see how I move about when I'm approaching my spouse, because she needs to. I know when the demons are on her, where they're festering her in such a way that there's no communication. There's no communication at that point. So you got to pick and choose when's the right time to bring in that reproof. And reproof doesn't always have to be, I'm gonna beat you with this book, and you're gonna bring out the precepts, and but there's a time where you can say, look, hon, look what I've learned today, or look what the word says. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to beat up on you, but you're going contrary to what this word is. And if you say that you have any love for the Most High, then love for the Most High is keeping these commandments. So this is what the commandment says, and then now it's on you what you do with it. You know, there's ways to come across. You know what I mean? I wasn't that tactful at times, but that could be a good advice to how maybe to come across. And as we go further along in Ephesians, it's gonna. That's why I picked this particular chapter to break this down, because it's gonna give you good advice from our brother Paul on how to deal with such matters. Okay.
Yo, Akaban, I got something on that bracing point that you made real quick. In Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible.
Ephesians chapter 5.
Hold on.
12.
Hold on.
For it is a shame
He can't hear us. Hold on, brother Iraq is gonna bring something he want to bring up.
So this is to touch on the point that the brother
Alright.
just made about embracing is in the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 3 and verse 5. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
Thank you for that precept. That just perfect to really elaborate on what I just finished elaborating. That's a perfect fitting scripture. So there's a time for everything, right? A time for peace, time for war as well, right? So just know with your family, there really shouldn't be any war involved, man. You should be the head of that household, directing the steps of everyone. This is where we're gonna come into the lesson where the wife should yield you that respect if you're being led by the Most High. She has to be able to peep that in you. That you're not out there trying to sell drugs. You're not out there trying to be a whoremonger or fornicator or homosexual or all the plethora of things that you could be outside of this truth. That's what sometimes bugs me out, because we're doing the work of the Most High. What other work is more valued, more esteemed than doing the work of the power of the universe? You know what I mean? So, I mean, when somebody doesn't really grasp that, well then, here's this lesson I'm pleading to you that you may grasp it and you may understand that if we're putting our best foot forward with something that is deemed righteousness, what is good, what is pleasurable to the Most High, why shouldn't it be pleasurable to you that your man is acting like the king that he is, that the God on earth, God amongst men that he is, amongst ordinary men? You could have any ordinary Joe Schmo from the street that's gonna cheat on you, that's gonna deceive you, that's probably gonna promote drugs in you, promote sickness and disease on you, but yet you have someone that is working with the most heavenly power. Man, you don't really understand. Then you just don't want a righteous man, maybe. But this is what should be good and pleasurable to you, because if it's pleasurable to the Most High, why shouldn't it be pleasurable in your eyes? All right, now you may continue, brother Matthew. Bring out that 12 now, please. Baba Gusha.
Khan, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 12. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light.
Okay, so you're not gonna hide these things, because if you ain't gonna hide it from at some point, you're gonna be judged on everything you do. So it's better you just refrain from it from the get and just come to the light. All right, continue.
Khan, verse 14. Wherefore he saith, awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.
Hold that. All right, so we're up to
Verse
14.
15.
Hold on, 14. Okay, give me one of you brothers, give me John 5 and 28, Baba Gusha.
This is John, chapter 5, verse 28.
No, verse 4. Yeah, verse 28. Khan, Salakia.
5 and 28.
Yeah, Khan.
Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the graves shall hear his voice, and shall come forth, they that have done good, unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil, unto the resurrection of damnation.
All right. So there's a point in time that we're all gonna wake to the ugly truth. And when it's talking about the grave here, it's not talking about the literal grave. It's talking about some of us that are the walking dead, right? That will wake up to the truth and become children of the light. And then some others that are going to wake up to the reality that you better kiss your butt goodbye because you just been tossed in the lake of fire, which that's a whole nother lesson, but it goes into you're going to feel the fallout of this nuclear events that are possibly soon to emerge. But that's another. But you don't want that smoke. Put it that way. All right. So that's a whole nother lesson, and hopefully you won't need it because you don't want that smoke. You want to be children of the light. You wanna follow your head so that he can help you obtain that kingdom. And when it's all said and done, bottom line, that's what we should be yearning for, reaching this kingdom. Okay. Now you may continue, Baba Gusha, verse 14.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he said,
You read that. Salakia, 15.
Verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Like I've been saying, just don't act a fool about it. Just pray the Most High for wisdom. Solomon could have had anything he wanted on the earth, and the most thing he asked the Most High for was wisdom. Okay, that was first and most treasured gift from the Most High is that he would obtain wisdom. So act in wisdom. That's the key thing, right? That's what the word says. It's the primary thing, right? Acting wisdom. Continue.
Verse 16. Redeeming the time.
There it is.
Because the days are evil.
There it is, redeeming the time, making the best out of the moments you have, man. Indulge in this word daily. Search the scriptures daily as we're instructed. Just be fully immersed in the beauty of what it is to be in this truth, the beauty that it is to be the child of the light, the child of the Most High. You know, that's it says so much is given, much is required, man. So you know what? Do what's required of you, man. Make the best of it. Make the best of your time, redeeming the time. That's to go back on how the Spirit brought it out with Brother Iraq earlier through another precept, which, if I'm not mistaken, it was in Colossians, right, Brother Iraq?
Sir,
Yeah, okay. So so I knew it was coming. I was 17. Let's go, Baba Gusha.
Verse 17. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh is.
All right, so we got to understand what is the Most High's will. We got precepts for that. What is, if I was if I was someone on the street and I asked you, what is the will of the Most High? Somebody give me that precept. If you want, you have precepts for that, Brother Matthew. Jeremiah 4:22. Oh, those were precepts for see that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Bring those two precepts out, and then we'll get the precepts for the will of the Most High. While maybe the other brothers can come up with some good fire precepts for the will of the Most High.
Khan, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, and verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Yeah, so most of us outside of the truth, most Israelites, man, they real good, man, at being con artists, being slick with flipping things, flipping drugs, flipping people. It's, how to do this and that, break into houses, steal cars, man. We good at everything bad, but we don't want to be good at being good. All right, so bring also out that precept in
Also, master adulterers too.
yeah, oh yeah, and fornicators.
They
Big
got
time.
songs about it in salsa and all
Yeah,
our
yeah,
music.
and we can't make a good, outside of our brothers in the truth that are putting out some good music. All our music consists of just sleeping with the next man's wife.
And that always vexed me, Aka. One nigga I never liked, bro, excuse my language, is LL Cool J in the rap. But that nigga been rapping about taking other dudes' women since the 80s and shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? It's wicked,
It's
bro.
all
That
got-
vexes my spirit.
It's only gotten worse, man. It's
Yeah.
only gotten worse. But
No, Iraq said, master adulterers. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I mean, master that they even write lyrics to it, bro.
Yeah,
Yo,
we've mastered the art of adultery,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
We can creep up the neighbor's back window, sleep with her while dude is taking a shot and be out before he washes his ass. But that's how nice brothers gotten with it. So it's crazy. Give me Matthew. You had the precept, Matthew 7, 24 and 26. You wanted to bring that out as well, Brother Matthew?
Khan. There's a book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. Verse 26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand.
Builds his house on the sand. You know what this reminds me of? The Three Little Pigs, right? The smart pig, he built this house with bricks. And the dumb pig, a lazy ass pig, built it out of straws. And his house got blown the hell down, right? So you did the foundation for our house is right here, bro. This is the rock right here. Well, Christ is the rock, you know what I mean? And when we build our foundation, when we build our foundation with the rock, with that rock of flint, that was one of my previous lessons. When we built our foundation on this rock, using this rock as an example, using the rock as the cornerstone, man, ain't nothing gonna topple your house. So you know what I mean? Just use Yahweh Shai as an example. Use the brothers that have gone before you as an example, and build yourself a strong home. All right, now we can continue to actually. We got to what the will of the Lord is. Can any of you brothers bring me out a precept, a fire precept to what the will of the Lord is?
Khan, I got you up. Let's go to Psalms. Psalms chapter 40 and verse 8. I delight to do thy will. O Yahweh, yeah, thy law is within my heart.
Okay, so let's think of this. This is kind of the analogy, the similitude that I like to give uh, when I want to put it Barney style to people, man. Most of us are parents, right? We have children, right? And the most respect that well, I'll take myself as an example. The most respect that I can get from my family members is that they actually listen to what I instruct them to do. Okay. Sometimes may be for their own good, or sometimes it's just to build structure in them, right? So let's say I went to work and I said, "Hey, man, when I come home, I want this house to be mopped up. You know, your rooms, pick up your rooms, fold them, do what you got to do, keep things clean." And if I came home and those things were done, then I would get this sense of feeling that, man, my kids really got some respect for me, man. They show me love, man. They're really showing me love. And there's always an expression that I always told my spouse is this, right? I don't like to say I'm sorry, okay? Because I can say I'm sorry and really not mean it, and just to get you to chill out. But if I show you I'm sorry, then you really, it's worth more because you see the actions that I'm putting forth so that you could see the remorse I feel. Or I can tell you I love you, but is it not better that I show you in my actions? So the Most High, being our Heavenly Father, works with his children the same way. You do as I say, this is how you show me love. And this is not part of the lesson, but of course, we always got to bring out 1 John 5:3. Anybody can get it real quick so we can demonstrate how is it that you actually love God. Okay? So you don't want hugs and kisses. You can't hug and kiss him. Where are you going to find them? Where are you going to find them to go give him hugs and kisses? All right? You can only find him by keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, by showing your actions. And you have a mediator in Christ that will connect you to him via the Holy Spirit, and that's how it works. But that's the way you show God love. Read the precepts on it.
Yo, Akaban, I got a real quick precept on the rulership of one's household.
Okay, right after the love precept.
Khan.
Bring it on. Nobody? I could say
John 5:3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
okay, that's the only way to love God. Do as he says. If you do as he says, you're an obedient child. He's gonna feel the love through your actions. Okay? And so if he tells you that there's a certain order to things, keep that order, and everything's gonna be beautiful in your home. All right, bro. Now, with that being said, this would be a good time for that precept, brother. All right.
Khan, the water. First Timothy 3, verse 4. One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the Most High?
Exactly. And so, again, brother Iraq, through the Spirit is precursing certain things that are coming out in this lesson through the Spirit. Because how can you take care of the body, right? And we're going to get into taking care of the body so that everything flows in your house, right? So if you're going to be a good leader, you're going to be a good head, the scriptures is going to be your instruction manual for this. Okay, so let's continue to Did you bring out verse Matthew 7 and 24, brother Matthew?
Yeah, I did.
You bring out 7, 24, and 26?
Yeah.
All right, Khan. So let's go to read 18 in Ephesians.
Come. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 18. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
Now this can take a physical application and a spiritual application, because in the physical, some of us have drunkard husbands or drunkard wives, for that matter. You know what I mean? And if we're altering the way we think, we're altering the way our mind is working through substance. Then how can we ever perform the righteous acts of the Most High? Okay, and for that we go. I'm gonna give you Revelations 18 and 3. If someone will bring that out for me real quick. And if you're gonna, who's gonna bring it out for me? Revelations 18 and 3.
I got you, bro.
All right, then brother Iraq, if you could get me Proverbs 12 and 26.
Khan.
Revelations 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right. This is the delicacies that Babylon the Great provides. This is that tainted wine. Okay. So not only are we drinking physical wine to get away from our problems or being physical drunkards, but now we're looking at now being tainted by the seductions of this place. Whatever this place can provide you as a fix, whether it be drugs, alcohol, pornography, sex, all kind of fornication, or riches or money. So you can be seduced by any one of these things. If the other nation and the heads of other nations are being seduced with such wine, it's very easily that you can fall subject to this. Bring out that precept in Proverbs 12 and 26.
Khan, Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
The way of the wicked seduces them. Okay? So it's very important that you do not go to the left or the right of this. You stay on board so that that the wiles of the world do not lure you in. Okay, so now let's continue through verse 19. Now we're back.
Hey, real quick, if I may, let me bring out a scripture to get some understanding on how to be filled with the Spirit.
Sure.
All right, let's go to Romans chapter 8. And I'm gonna read verses 6, 7, and then jump down to 10. All right.
Okay.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. Verse 10. And if Yahweh shall be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness.
Beautiful precept.
So by us walking in these commandments, we're dead to sin, and we're bringing out righteousness, and that's how you walk in the Spirit, because keeping these commandments is going to bring you life.
Yeah, because the body of Yahushua is spiritual. You know, the flesh is dead. The flesh is going to pass. We have to walk in the spirit because the spirit is what's going to lead you to the kingdom. Okay. All right. Let's get to verse 19 now. We at
Khan. Khan. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 19. Speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to Yahweh.
Yeah, melody in your heart, meaning not that we're gonna go pick up the latest gospel album, whatever, or you know, sing songs like you know, all emotional like they do in the church. This is having the song, that melody of happiness within your heart. This is a feeling within you that's keeping you in good spirits at all time. Okay, continue.
Khan. This is verse 20. Give for all things unto Yahweh, the Father, in the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai.
All right, hold on, because you kind of cut out. So I'm gonna read it back. Giving thanks always for all things unto God and the Father in the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Okay? All right, so always, man, I thank the Most High for my blessings every single day. Like I said, I'm elated about being a participant in God's beautiful truth, you know, within us and within his children and being part of this family. Okay? So 21.
Verse 21. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of Yahweh.
All that. Submitting yourselves one to another in fear of the Most High. Okay, so if you're in the truth, you absolutely know what is the understanding of fearing the Most High. You have to be able to see this within the rest of your family members. Explain to the rest of your family members the gravity. Man, you know what? I can't understand anyone that they say that they believe in God and would have the nerve to play with him. I can't fathom that. I can't fathom that you say that you believe in God, but yet you want to play with it. You know, so that's always like you know, you really. I tell people in the streets, man, you don't believe in God. There's no way you could, because if you would believe in God, you would fear Him, and you would fear the repercussions of playing with this. You understand? So you have to teach your household, your circle, the importance of not to play with the Most High, because by His graces and His mercy, and because of you, because of the head or whoever is in the truth in that household, is the mercy that He's bestowing upon the rest of your household, that He just doesn't destroy everybody in that household. You know, that I would be careful every time I would go out for a drive that I didn't get run over by a cement truck or something. You understand? Because it'll be that easy for Him to create the life, just as it is easy for Him to take it. You know, especially if you're not worthy, and especially if you're disrespecting Him to the point where you're playing with this. So put some respect on Yahweh's name.
Yaban, I got a precept real quick. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, Yahweh.
Whoo! Man, that speaks for itself. I don't even know how more I have to elaborate on that, bro. You should be fearing the Most High to want to do His will, and that goes for every family member, from the top to the bottom and from the bottom up. You know what I mean? So take your place in this. Know that it's honorable to take your place in this. There's no there's no first, second place, third place, because when it all said and done, we all gonna be ushered into the kingdom together. But just take your place in your role in this truth and live up to it, because there's a great reward at the end. Okay? And it's just but a short moment. It says that these things will be shortened to the elect. These times will be shortened for us, you know? All right. So, with that being said, verse 22.
Verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto Yahweh.
Right. So take your role in this, sis. Submit yourself to your husband, because you got to understand the position that he's in. He's in the position to learn this. He's putting in the work for the rest of the family. You got no problems with him going to work and busting his ass 40, 50, 60, maybe running 2 jobs, who knows, right? To bring the papa to the house. And you got no problem with him forking over the bread to take care of the household. But you're going to put a stumbling block when he wants to bring the spirit into the home, when he wants to bring righteousness and proper order to the house. Now, I'm not getting on any sister, but I'm trying to tell you, view it for what it is. Respect it for what it is. It's all good for you and your children, right? And your descendants, okay? So this has been what has been trying to be taught to us for ages, right? So that our descendants may live, right? That's it.
That's right.
That's quoting Deuteronomy 30 and the 15th chapter. Choose life so that your descendants may live, right? Brother Jose Israel brings out 1 Peter 3:1-7. But I want to get it real quick. This is the first precept that comes out in the chat, and I wanna be able to allow the chat to be involved as well. You know, this is for all our learning. So if a brother wants to bring something out, all praises.
That's right. So it was 1 Peter 3.
Chapter
you said
3, chapter 3. It's right there on the screen. Verse 3, 1-7.
1-7. Con. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. While they behold. Salak, what's up, Ak?
Read it all out through 7.
Khan. Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yahweh of great price. For after this manner in the old time the holy women also, who trusted in Yahweh, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Wow.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement. Verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
Khan, beautiful. So let's this is now speaking directly to the women. Let's not take this out of content. Let's not get bent out of shape with this. Everything has an order. You have a role to play, and a very important one, because everything that you need or need to learn when it comes to honoring the Most High, when it comes to leading your household, when it comes to rearing your children and everything flows down from the Most High, right? And we're about to get this right now in verses 23 to 25 and in Ephesians. So we're getting to this. This all ties into the lesson as well, because everything trickles down, and it trickles down from the Most High to Yahweh Shai, to your husband, to you. You understand? He's getting his orders from the king. You understand? And he's bringing those orders, and before he shares it with anyone, the most one he would love to share this information with is with his rib, with one that is supposed to be one accord with him, in one body with him. I would love that. Every single lesson I would love to practice it with my spouse every day before I even brought it out to any other brother. You understand? That would be the joy of my heart. So understand that you're gonna learn from him, and you should be the one that brings this knowledge to your children. Okay? So and they'll be built from there. I got precepts for that. We're gonna bring that out. Let's bring another brother before we move on. That brought Asiatic 7 that always kind of visits in with us, and Shalom, brother Asiatic 7. Bring that out. 1 Corinthians 7 and 12. Brother Asiatic 7 is participating with some.
Khan.
12 through 16.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7. What's up?
12 through 16, brother. Baba Kashah.
Khan, this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 12. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but Yahweh hath called us to peace. For what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband? Or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? But as Yahweh had distributed to every man, as the Lord had called every one, so let him walk. And so ordain I in all churches.
So that's the tail side of this thing also. And by the way, thank you, brother Asiatic 7, for that. It was part of my precepts to bring out shortly, but hey, by the Spirit, it needed to come out now. So let's speak about it. So, hey, Chosen Elegidos is on board, man. All praises. Brother, I was looking for your we was trying to get in touch with you to join us. If you would like to come on, let me know if I'll shoot you the link and you can come on and bring it out. You can bring out your precept right now. Can someone? Hey, you're on mute if you're saying something, brother Iraq.
Salaki, yeah, he had told me that he was in a study group a little earlier, so he was
Okay.
just studying, for after work or whatever. They were
Huh.
studying for the Passover that's coming up. They'll be rehearsing the service.
Oh, come. But if he's free, you can share the link with him and have him come aboard. He's got a precept that he's bringing out right here. I'll show it. And it's just Ecclesiastes 7:27 through 29. This is the tail end. Let's do it. Okay, I'm good. I guess he's good to go. You got a way to shoot him the link up? Or should I put it on the comment board?
I just send him the link on his text. Come on.
All right. So he brings out Ecclesiastes 7:27. Behold, this have I found, said the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account. Ecclesiastes 7:27, verse 28, I believe. Behold, this has I found, save the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found. Then the rest of it is it's still saying the same thing. Okay, it just got repeated like 3 times. Right. Cool. All right. Getting back to brother Asiatic, I had First Corinthians as well, chapter 7, and so it came out, and that's what I was going to speak on, the tail side of things. Like, it just may be that not everyone's built for this. You know what I mean? We continue in prayer for our loved ones. We'll always continue working with them because they're immediately within our circle. How can you avoid them? But if they're pleased to be with you, then so be it. You know what I mean? But it's always going to be a choice that they can always get up and go if they can't handle the truth, right? You can't handle the truth. But but hopefully you can. And so we pray that you can, and we pray that your household may be sanctified. For anyone that may be struggling with the circle within. Okay? So let's start kind of wrapping this up in Ephesians. We were up to, let's go up to start back at 22 and then keep
20.
going. We was at 3, right?
Con. Yeah. Con. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Yahushua is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body.
Okay. So continue.
Verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Yahushua, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
So go. Your husband should be the say all end all to every answer that you need when it comes to walking in the light. Okay, continue.
Verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Yahushua also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Continue.
Verse 26, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
And so this is what you should be doing. Be diligently bringing the word out to your better half, trying to study with your better half if they allow you to do so. Or, I mean, or they're willing to read along with you. You know, just take them under the wing, man, and wash them with this word. All right, and see if the washing of the word would sanctify the whole
better
thing.
half is the man. The man is the better half.
Right. So yeah, I mean that's what was going on in First Peter about the weaker vessel. So that's why this vessel is fragile and weak. So you and don't get me wrong, ladies, it's not fragile and weak like in the sense you're a beautiful, delicate vase, right? And you got to be handled with care. And so the instructions is to handle you with care. And the best care that your husband can provide is this word. Okay? That's how he's gonna polish you up. All right?
So Yaban, I got a precept.
Bring it.
It's in the book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 3.
Oh wait.
Unless you had that?
Hold on, brother. I almost missed that. Brother Yasharala was there. All right, let's just say a quick shalom to brother.
Hey, shalom, Akim. How about How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, we're doing good, man. We're just kind of like feeding the masses with
That's
some
good.
word.
Hey, man. That's what Yahushua told Peter 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Are you ready to read my sheep? You know, and Peter kind of got offended, but, you know, he wanted to bring it home. So that's good. That's a good answer, man.
We feeding the sheeps and the sheepfold and the barn and everything, bro. The little sheeps. I don't know, what do you call the little sheeps? Kids, right? You call them and the kids.
Goats are called kids.
Lamb, right? Lamb.
The kids, right? I don't know.
Yeah, a goat is a kid, but I don't know about lamb wise. But yeah,
all right, either way, man, we feeding the whole casa, the whole barn. So that
the subject is the family.
Whoever's hungry, right?
Yeah. Especially, man, but we invite, man. We really inviting these wives to get hungry for this, man. See the passion that these men are you know, about. We really about this life. We really about this life. We want to be about this life with you.
You have to understand, that right now the Lord is dealing with the men, not the women. Yeah. So they're not gonna get it till the really, to tell you the truth, the kingdom, brother. So, you know, there's some women that are righteous that are gonna you know, follow the Lord and follow their husbands, but in reality, you know, they're attached to this society, to this world, more so than us, you know, because this world is made for them. If you look about it, you know, you think about how this whole is designed, everything, this whole system is designed for the woman, not the man, you know.
Right, but and that's where we get into that weaker vessel. That's where Satan is going to attack you through that side. He
Absolutely, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of these women aren't going to comprehend 100%. I was just watching a video from the brother from South Carolina, GMS, and this woman was going. You know, she was teaching, you know, Deuteronomy 28, that goes for Christians as well, not just for Hebrew Israelites. And, you know, she kind of went off and started creating her own doctrine.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? But we still got to deal with it, right? We still got to deal with it within our household. We got to strive to put our homes in order, and we're making not sort of like pleading, but we're putting out what the word says. Now,
right,
to each his own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some few that have the.
That's why I put that verse on there. Ecclesiastes. Right. You guys could read it from the top. If you could bring it up on the blue letter, you could check it out, because that was King Solomon. Then this is in the kingdom, right? This is a small kingdom we had at that time,
right? And
he went out to look for, what was it, a righteous man, and he found one. And then he said, I want to go look for it. And this is a science experiment. If you kind of know how science works, you have a control group, and you try that, right?
Right.
And he went to look for a woman, and he found none. You see what? And that was then, This is thousands of years
I know
ago.
it makes it all the harder. I
Imagine
understand.
thousands of years and living here in Babylon in this Western society, how a woman is gonna think, how a woman is gonna perceive you. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just like it's
Absolutely,
not set up right
But
now.
some of us are privileged to have the rubies, right?
Woo!
Some of us are privileged. to have
Damn,
the
you got it
rubies.
like that. Hey man, hey, how about shipping out your household then, man? Because
I'm not saying
a
me.
lot of
I'm not
men
saying
don't
me.
got it like that.
I may be speaking or hinting to another brother that may have a ruby within his
Yeah,
household.
sure,
You
sure.
know what I mean?
Hey,
But
brother,
that's a beautiful thing.
not everybody gets it like that,
So
So
I'm
you're
going. Well,
fortunate.
this is what I'm going to try to do as a good brother. I want to involve the sisters, and I want to appeal to you. I want to appeal to you. If you want to be a ruby of the Most High, follow your head. Follow your head. I can only appeal to you. What you do from here on out, that's up to you. You understand? And it's between you and the Most High. You're gonna have to go be judged just like everybody else. So, just make sure, this is me trying to instill a little bit of that fear in your heart that you're gonna go before the Most High, and you're gonna be judged on your actions. So it's best that you adhere to the recommendations of your fellow Akim or your fellow brothers that are trying to instill something that is good. It's not for everybody. Not everybody's gonna listen. We appeal to you that this is in your best interest to do so.
Yeah,
Okay?
Aban, also First Peter chapter 3 has to be taught. First Peter 3 is all about the wives. So that has to
Right.
be brought up. Either
Right.
either they forbid, they take heed, or they don't take heed. It has to go out there, It has to be taught to the masses.
All right. So we got time. We're gonna do this like we do. We do these whenever I'm down with Brother Yakasha and Brother Iraq and Brother Yajarala. We do these marathons. So we here. We here for the long haul. We here to feed the masses, man. Feed the sheep, man. So
Yo, Aban, so I had that scripture.
bring
It's
it.
about the household.
Yeah,
Sirach chapter 27, verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of Yahweh, his house shall soon be overthrown. So brothers got to be locked in, because if not, that's what, like you said, the weaker vessel, she's gonna be more receptive to the spirits. You know what I'm saying? Unless
Yeah.
a man hold himself diligently in the fear of Yahweh, his house shall soon be overthrown. Not only in your mind, the household of your mind, you know what I'm saying, but your physical house.
Yeah.
It shall be soon overthrown, because he might come in through your wife, he might come in through the son, the daughter. You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep these spirits in all gravity, like a bishop.
Hey, man, let me tell you, bro. I'm trying to talk nice. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to lure them in with honey, but don't think I'm soft either, brother. I haven't talked to my son in over my eldest son, man, my firstborn. I haven't spoke to him for over, I want to say, a year and a half, or going on 2 years now, maybe. Then Brother Matthew should know about. It's probably going on 2 years now that I don't speak to my son, because he went reprobate. This is a brother. This is a my son. He's a grown man already, so this is a brother that was sharp with the precepts and everything, and he went reprobate. Following. Listen closely. Following after his wife. So that exactly happened.
That's what happened to Adam.
Yeah, he allowed his wife to feed him the poison fruit, go back into Christianity, into the Christianity mindset, because guess what Christianity allowed them to do? Drink and smoke weed. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So he chose weed over the Most High, and the seducing spirit that his wife carried over him, as he wanted to please her over the Most High. So
And
there
you-
you go.
And your
And-
Akaban, you notice that it really only happens to our people, showing you we are the Israelites. Let her wife go against Ishmaelite out there. Her head will be on the stick.
Oh,
Or African, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Any
got the
other nations, they
moment.
don't deal with that.
That's right.
They don't play that. They don't play that. I can't even begin to tell you what will happen in the Arab world. You know what
Even
I mean?
in Africa, bro, they have videos out there, women getting torched alive, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Accused of adultery, beheadings and all that, you know what I'm
Yep,
saying? This is just the
absolutely.
cold facts. And we deal with a merciful power, but the women have to get in order under us because Yahweh Shai is our head. So
Right.
that's just the bottom line.
And that's what these verses are going into right now. But of course, any other precepts from any other brother, any other like this is the time, man. The Spirit wants us to open it up right now to the other side of the coin. Then let's do it. You know what I mean?
I got one. We're going to Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception in sorrow. Thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
That's right.
But you know what? This is that Western world mentality that we're talking about. This don't happen nowhere else because this is what Esau it ushered in with the feminist movement. And now don't I don't want. And if there's any female that's going to come across this lesson, I don't want them to come up to think that, oh, we're male chauvinistic pigs that not about feminism and it. No, we're not about feminism because one, even 40, 50 years ago, women knew their order. Just to say in a nice way, I'm the least one to be nice about this, but I'm trying to be nice about this for the sisters that are out there that because I don't want to hurt the Akim with having them now. Oh man, you see, all Hebrew Israelites are the same, and they just not pro women.
Salakia, bro, this is just what the scripture says. This is not our opinion.
Right.
This is what the scriptures, I didn't make that up. The Most High Creator of heaven and earth said that, not me.
Right.
Not us. We're just reading the scriptures. That's
and that's the best way to put it. You know what I mean? We're the trumpet piece. We're just the mouthpiece for the Most High. You know what? Because if we don't tell you, nobody else is going to tell you. Esau's certainly not going to tell you. The other nations are not going to tell you. So we're taking care of our household in a whole big way. We're taking care of Guam Yasharala, all of Yasharala, as the ones that are going before you, learning and teaching. So we're trying to teach you this is what thus saith the Lord. Okay? And so, but you could see that there could be a great function within a household that works in its proper order. You know what I mean? And so this is what we all would love and strive for. But the reality of it, as the other brothers are putting out, is that it's a lot harder for our female counterparts to adhere. I'm a living testament to it as well. You know, I'm not no stranger to a woman that just, she has her good days and her bad days. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna come and say or come before you and say that everything is beautiful and in order here. Okay, I will talk to him when I finish. What's up? All right. Anything else you want to bring out, brother?
Let me touch on. I like if what we read in. Something stuck out to me in what we read in Ephesians chapter 5, Ephesians chapter 5 goes right 5 verse 13 goes right along with Matthew 10 and 35, and I'm going to read them together if y'all don't mind.
No, brother, this is a joint
Okay.
effort.
This is what we read in Ephesians 5 and 13, and it says, "But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light, for whosoever Salakia, whatsoever doeth make it manifest is light." So this goes right along with Matthew, and when things are reproved, something is shined a light on it, right? You shine a light on something that is reprovable or that is dark,
Right.
okay? And this is why it's brought to the light. But in your household, that's why the Hamashiach, he said, your foes are going to be they of your own household, because people don't like to be called out like that. The darkness do not like to be called out like that. So Matthew 10 and 35, it reads, think not, Yahweh Shai, this is the red letter man, this is our King, our Lord.
You're
our
going to the
Savior.
meat on it right now. Yeah, you're gonna go for it. I got it. Yeah, that's a great verse. I was gonna have that right here on standby. So I'm glad you had it, brother.
Yahweh Shai said, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. For I come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's foes shall be they of his own household. Because as soon as Hamashiach steps in the room, this is when light is shined on the room, and everything that is dark needs to be reproved.
Right.
And people don't like it, and it hurts people's feelings, you know. And your wife is the first one, because she is supposed to be your rib, right? Your side, right? And the things are going to start with your own rib in your own house, because like Yasriel has said, this system is built up. The system Babylon the Great is built up in the feminine spirit, where femininity, or how do you say, the feminist rule,
Right. Remember, this is the daughter of Babylon, mystery Babylon. This is not Babylon. This is the daughter of Babylon, which has got that female, that everybody's got that weird energy. Everybody's the same. You can marry anybody. Or you could be a cat. You could be whoever you want to be in Babylon. See what I mean? So this whole system, like you said, and your foes. That's how it shows you. In Christianity, your mom wasn't against you. Your dad wasn't against you. But in this truth, guess what? Your father, like you just said, your own son's against you. You left this
I got you right here. Matthew 12, verse 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. Whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
And then, bro, his mom was right there. His brother was right there. And he's that's what he said in front of him. That's some cold-blooded stuff. Remember, not everybody was in the truth in his family. He had two brothers that were in the truth, Jude and James. And then he had two brothers that were not in the truth.
And what also was said, he that hated his mother, hated his father, son, brothers, sisters.
Luke 14:26.
Right.
Yep.
Shall be my brothers.
And let me just say this. Obviously, Yahweh Shai, none of us are saying it like we don't say it. We honor our father and mother in the flesh, because that is the law of Yahweh in the Ten Commandments. You know what I'm saying? However, there's levels of Yahweh Shai is trying to get our mind focused on the thing, because the crowd was saying, yo, your moms and your brothers is out there. He's over here trying to feed the people the kingdom of heaven, and people are focusing on something else, bro. He's locked in. Yahweh Shai is the word made flesh. So he ain't got time for people's opinions and thoughts. So that's why he had to cut that. So we receive that same message. However, we maintain obviously the Ten Commandments. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta balance what these scriptures are saying, because somebody obviously out there can bug out and go against their mother, curse out their mother, and the Most High will jack you up for that. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says whoever curses of the mother curse out their son. That's
right. Fine.
He said,
So there's a balance. We got to balance these things in the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Con.
that's a strong point.
That's what I was waiting for. The fire to start coming up. So we start breathing fire now. Y'all getting that echo?
It's coming from Brother Matthews.
Yeah, Matt had that delay.
And let me touch on that a little more.
Hold on. Hey, Matthew.
Okay, so the reproof comes out, and then that's when the light is shined, right? And Brother Yaban, he said, well, he brought out in Ephesians the washing of the water by the word, and the correct way to do it is to dwell with them in knowledge, right? And the way you do that is, like Brother Yaban said earlier, this is what the word says. You know what I mean? This is what the word says, and this is what I'm noticing. You know what I'm saying? Through the Spirit. Because the Most High, when Yahweh Shah HaMashiach rests on a man's head, he give him discernment of spirits, man. And a woman, like, she been hanging around rebellious, proud, boastful women, she gonna come home with that spirit, right? And then it got to be called out. It needs to be shined. The light need to be shined on it. Look, you acting proud like your friends. Look, you acting boastful and a big mouth like your friends are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And either, the woman, if she love you and she trusts your judgment, she's going to be humble and shamefaced and accept that correction from her Lord. You know what I'm saying? Who Yahweh Shah HaMashiach's rest on his head. You know what I mean? Because he is guided by the Hamashiach. You know what I'm saying? So if she love you, then she'll accept that washing of the water by the word. But if not, and she love herself more, or love other things of the world more, she gonna go off and do her own thing and whatever she want.
Con. Thank you for bringing that up, brother. I was addressing Brother Bible Controversy that's on board. I was actually waiting for him to come about. I had to say Salakia to him. I tried to find his channel, but I wasn't able to. But I'm glad to see
you. The link, he might come on. If you drop in the link, he might come on. I think that brother's married too.
All right. Anybody has direct contact with him?
No.
You know what? At this point, man, I'll drop the link. Anybody want to come on and add to the lesson?
Yo, Bible Control got this fire precept. Bible Control, if you listen, and bring out that one about how you can't save your wife. You can't save nobody else, and you can't save your wife.
This we know. Everybody has to seek their own salvation with fear and trembling. But bring it out. Bring out whatever fire you got.
And that's it, brother. She won't listen. You know what I mean? Go.
Yeah, I got a precept to back up what you said about the wife joining up and linking up with other wicked women. So this is the book of Sirach 25, verse 25. It says, "Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad." You know what I'm saying? Gad obviously means troop. To go out there. You know what I'm saying? Trooping with her girlfriends, ladies' night out.
Gather abroad.
Margarita Thursdays, Zach. Yeah, ladies' night, right? That's typical of Babylon right here, bro. All kinds of married women going out together, and you don't know what's going on over there, right? Or they'll just go on vacation together to Jamaica, right, and be doing all kinds of trifling shit they ain't doing here. Women are smarter in that sense. They'll cheat, but they'll say, "Well, I'm gonna do it when I go on vacation and be classy." It don't count. It's not in the zip code or some crazy shit like that. You know what I mean?
I'm glad I don't got that problem. I got a little bit of rebelliousness, talk back to me type stuff, but for the most part, she's pretty modest.
Yeah, Doc, but look at your age and look at the Akim, the younger Akim. The women that you married around our age, those
Yeah.
they broke the mold already. They don't make them like that.
Yeah,
Even like our mothers, they don't make them like that. Doc. No way, no how.
And mine's is from the other side of the border, south of the border.
Oh, there you go. So she has already a different mentality. See, you should have started with that because I was like, man, this is no way. Yeah. Yeah, because you're in Babylon, since they're little girls, they're infiltrated already. That you can be all you can be. There's women right now in the military crying that think might be going to war. They might go to the Ukraine. Well, they signed up for war. What do you think to be a soldier? What's that life about? You know what I mean?
All you can be now. Well, now you got a problem.
They don't want to be all they can be. I just wanted to be. You know what I mean? I just wanted all the benefits, but all the perks. But now I got to do something about it. And of course not. What do allow women? There's a TikTok right now. World War III is coming, and what are they saying? I'm gonna get pregnant in World War III, so they don't go to war. You know what I mean? How wicked is that shit, man?
Yeah. Pray that your flight is not in the winter or you're pregnant, right?
Matthew 24. That's right. Huh? That's right. Hey, and we're just in the beginning of woes.
Yeah, like I told. That's what I was
beginning of woes.
Speaking with Brother Yakasha, this is just the
yeah. A lot of people think, "Ooh, World War III, bro." Look, the famine hasn't come. A lot of things, the microchip, all these things have to happen, and World War III happens. You know what I mean? So this is just the beginning of all.
Because the times are going to be short for us. These things should be happening one after the other.
Right. Fast, absolutely. And guess what? This guy Putin. He's a real general, man. He's a real man. He's a manly dude. He's a ex-KGB, right? He
not no feminine, senile, let's go Brandon ass nigga.
Yeah, right. So this guy's a trained military guy, and above that, guess what? He reads the scriptures, and guess what? He's Russian Orthodox. The Russian Orthodox have the Apocrypha in their scriptures,
Well, they know the prophecies.
Exactly. He knows Ezekiel 38, You believe me or not? I mean, a lot of people in these days are quoting Ezekiel 38 and they're not even Christians or Catholics. And I'm just like, whoa.
It is convoluted head, which is not convoluted because the strings of his heart are being pulled by the Most High anyway. But
what is that? Proverbs 26:1. The king's heart is in the Lord's hand.
The Lord's hand. So he's already pulling his heartstrings.
Hey,
and
what did he do?
I'm the one to do this shit.
Right. Yeah, exactly. What did Pharaoh? What did the Lord do to Yahweh do to Pharaoh's heart? He hardened his heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are just puppets, and the Lord is using them. Remember, this is already written. So this is unfolding as we speak, but we're reading it because we read the book already, right? These people are seeing the movie now. You know what I mean? We already seen the roles. Who's this? Who's Esau? Who's Jacob? What's going on? We read the book, and these people are watching the movie, but they don't know. They don't know the play. They don't know the casting. They don't know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. We've seen all this, so for us, it's exciting,
Salakia. This is why the way that's relevant to this topic is. This is why it's so important that everybody. If your husband or the man of the household is a man of the Lord, that y'all get behind him and just follow him. Right?
And that's what I'm trying to get at.
Let me back that up with the scripture. This is why. This is 2 Esdras chapter 7, verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small, okay, that there could be only one man go there at once. So the people, you're not holding your wife's hand. She ain't standing on your side, okay? The man is leading the way through the guidance and spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, okay? The woman has to get behind you, and follow the man of the Lord, and the children got to get behind the woman.
That's right.
The rib, and follow the man of the Lord, guided by the Hamashiach over this narrow path through the dangerous water and the fire, man. This is why it's so important. That's why we're going over this topic.
Yeah, well, that's 1 Corinthians 11, I believe, about the order of the women, the Most High, the man, the head, and then the woman. You know, because
Yeah, I don't think
a
that
lot
was
of
brought
women
out.
don't
Somebody should
wanna-
bring that out.
Yeah,
a
man.
lot of women don't want to hear that. Their head is a man.
It's gonna come a day where these women are gonna get someone in order, because they're gonna be scared shitless, and they're gonna want to look for a man like us, like Isaiah.
It's happening in the Ukraine right now.
They're
Okay,
getting raped. Those women are getting raped.
Right. So guess what? Men are separating. They're not letting the men out. They're letting the women only in the buses. All men have to stay behind and fight. Okay. So what is happening? These women are what? They're victims. As soon as they hit Poland or Warsaw, wherever, they can get robbed, they can get rolled, they can do whatever. And everybody knows it. Who's gonna protect them? There's 10,000 people out there, and they're all ready to be victims, man. You know.
All right. So let me get where brother Matthew. You around? Yeah. Bring out Isaiah 4:1 just to hear you. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I'm. Hold on. Let me see if he's still. I have muted him because this thing was echoing. Brother Matt. What the hell? I think his can unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves. Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. All right. Salak.
All right, brother Matt. Bring Isaiah 4:1. Oh my God, that echo. What are you doing? That you're echoing.
Nah, I don't know. I'm just here, just listening.
Yeah, I had to mute you because of that. Do me a favor. Go out and come back in. All right, yeah. So Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So things are going to be so bad, and it's going to get so bad for certain women that they're gonna be like, take away this horror from me. You know, I need, now I want to follow you. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah, you still echoing.
Is he on his computer?
No, I don't know what he's on his phone actually. Okay.
All right. Well, what did you want? What did you want to bring out? I got it.
No, it's good. It's good. I already read it. Y'all heard me or not?
Yeah, Khan.
All right. So basically, man, y'all don't understand the importance of getting behind your man, because again, he's being led by the King of Kings. Okay, and when the shit hits the fan, you're gonna want his guidance. So best you get on board now. You know what I mean? And don't wait till the last minute. It's just like I tell people, man, don't wait till the last minute to want to cry for the Most High. Don't wait for yourself to be seen falling from the cliff. Don't wait to you see the gun at your head or your house on fire to go claim the Most High. Claim him right now.
Right.
Check 1, 2, brother Matt.
Because either way, they're gonna have to listen to a man anyway. Because when them soldiers are rolling through the street, they're gonna have to listen to a man. So might as well listen to a man of the Lord, rather when them troops are coming down the street and they have martial law. Because you're gonna have to listen to a man anyways. These women think they're independent, but either listen to the man of the Lord, or you're gonna definitely listen to them troops when they send them troops all across America to go against the Lord's people.
Oh, yeah. So, this is already prophesied to happen. So play with it if you want to.
Right. There's a lot of people having dreams right now, right? Like in Joel 2, you know, they will dream dreams. And people that
Check it
don't
out.
even live in the United States, right?
Mhm.
They're dreaming those dreams now. You know, and they're telling you, they're going on Facebook, they're going on Instagram, telling you, hey man, this is real. I've had this dream 3 times. This is different people from different ethnic backgrounds, right? That look like white people, that look like Chinese people, that look like black people, that look like Arab people, dreaming these dreams of America, of Babylon.
Right.
We got to adhere to what they're saying and connect it to the scriptures, of course.
Yeah, I got a scripture. It's in Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So this is what's coming up in Babylon the Great, all across Latin America. Those women that look on us or look at their men in general, the Israelite man, the Native American, Hispanic, black man, you know, they have this attitude like, where's the Lord thy God? You know, you're nobody. So now the
Right,
Most High prophesy that judgment is coming on those women that have that kind of spirit and attitude in these last days. In Jacob's trouble, these women will be trodden down as mire in the streets.
Right, because doesn't it say that the grinding will cease and the music will? Isn't that Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, the daughters of music should be brought.
The daughter, yeah, exactly. So
Because there's these women that are into that music 24 hours a day, listening to the radio, listening to that music.
those are who you want to bring into the club, anyways. You don't want a whole bunch of dudes there, anyways. You want, you know, 61, 70% women. Then the men are going to come in and pay, right? They don't have to pay. Guess what? Most women don't got to pay when they come to those clubs. You know, those are the perks of being a woman. Like you said, this whole system is made for a woman.
Con.
Because that's some men's weak spot to begin with anyway, bro. Like I tell you, bro.
Shoot, all throughout the scriptures, I mean,
Yeah.
great men, lots of great men have fallen because
have fallen. Yep. Mhm. And the scriptures say so. But let's retract a little bit, and let's not make this an all-out attack on women, because we love our wives. But best believe, I love my wife. I know we all do, right? We all love our ribs. And so just to finish up a little bit with Ephesians 5, and so we can even just dialogue a little bit more about it. It says that he, let's start, we left off around 26. So 27 says that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. 28. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourish it and cherish it, even as the Lord the church. So this goes back to the example of us being within the body of Christ. We're not going to be a cancer in the body of Christ, and we're not going to be and we certainly don't want our spouses to be a cancer within the body of ourselves. So we're going to nourish and cherish them, and we're going to give them the washing of this word. We're going to feed them, clean them, and lead them the way they should be led. Now, if they be led, that's a whole different story. We have a lot of cases for the fact that, yeah, this is all the more harder for the females to see it, but that's why we're the head of this household. And again, appealing to the women, if you just allow yourself to be led by a righteous man, by a man that is being washed himself by the word, then he can,
And you said that correctly, Ak. The key word is a man of the Lord. Because these women, they'll let them, these pimps will lead them right to sell themselves, right?
No, Yeah, I wanted to say that too, because a woman is quick to listen to her boss, right? She's quick to listen to her boss, and what her boss want to do? Take advantage of her, right?
Right.
Squeeze her for whatever he can, for the least amount of money that he can. And guess what? Even if he could squeeze you literally, he'll try to do that too. So whatever advantage he could get out of you, he's gonna get out of you. You freaking respect a total stranger out in the street, and yet if there's a stranger in the street that's trying to help you with your grocery or everything, you're so dumb to think that he's doing it out of kindness. He's only want to use you too. He want to see if he can get into your pants, really, literally. So the only man that's operating in your best interest is your own husband. So, I mean, why is it that you can be led away by anything other than your husband? So that's baffling to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, let me continue. Then I just want to close this out right here. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. This is continuing in verse 30 of chapter 5, 31. For this cause shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery. Even it was baffling to Paul. It is a great mystery. But I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence Salakia, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. So again, I'm going to leave it with reverence your husband. He has your best interest in mind, just like Christ has our best interest in mind. Okay, so that's the example that I'll leave it with. You know what I mean? I want to at least end in that good note, as far as having an expectation for a wife that's willing to abandon the ideologies that are set before you by this wicked place, and I pray that you follow the man of the Lord. All right, brother, you guys have the floor.
Man, that's a big step, because like we just said, the whole system is set up. These women can be set up with Section 8, right? They don't have to go to a man. Mm-hmm. The government doesn't want them to be tied to one man. They just want them to be with different men.
Absolutely. That's why there's welfare, food stamps.
Right, different children. So they got welfare, they got Section 8, and above that, then they have the what the father's got to pay for the child. So if you got 3 different men, then you get 3 different paychecks. You don't need to work. You don't need to do anything. You can continue your wicked ass life how they set it up for you. See, the whole system is set up that way. It's set up against the man, and it's set up for the women. So as long as she don't get married, the government will support her whoring herself out.
Yeah.
And these women, that's all they know. Their mama was a hoe. The grandma was a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's hard for them to let go of everything they've been given, which is they don't have to do anything. They just got to pop out a kid every 6 years, and they're good. No. They don't treat those. Hey, look, and really, they don't even treat those kids good, man. You've seen them, dirty ass kids with no shoes, but they got all the fly gear, the best nails, and the best wig, bro. Come on, now. And we're not talking about Southern Kingdom. We're talking about both kingdoms, Ak. You know it. So, yeah, that's just the system that we are in. We can't fight the system. The system is set up for them. So, really, like you said, the Lord is dealing with the men. And if there's a woman that's, by the grace of the Most High is connected to a man, hey, that's great. That is tremendous. But the system that is set up is for the elect's sake, right? The 144,000 and the 1/3 men, women, and children. So that's what we're trying to seal. We're trying to get the hell out of here, man. There's brothers that are trying to build the new Nazareth. They're trying to build a new Israelite center, or trying to get comfortable here in Babylon. We need to get the hell out of here, bro. You know what I mean?
Hey,
I just saw a video of a woman that transcended to a man. This guy looked like he was a nigga. He was a big old burly dude with a beard. You would never, ever know that this was a woman. Ever. Unreal.
You said
We need to get the hell out
transcended.
of here, bro.
yeah, transsexualized. I don't know what the
You
word
said
is.
transcended.
Yeah, bro, these are transformers. Like when I was a kid, I never thought I was gonna see an actual transformer in my life. Like, god damn.
And that's a threat to the family. So to bring it back on the
That's
subject,
right.
that's a threat to the family. And that's why how they're doing that to our people, because this is not happening. This got to be reiterated. This is not happening to the damn Chinese. Yes, there's some of them, but they ain't walking down the street having no damn parade. It's these stupid ass blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are following the damn devil.
Who's promoting the parades all the time, Come on. Like you said, Chinese people don't got no parades. Arab people don't got no parades.
Africa,
got parades,
it's all stupid ass people. Sodist children. You know,
that's right.
Wise to do evil. You know what I'm saying? So this is why the Most High has woken up men to speak his thus saith Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's high time to reject the ways of the devil. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick up them stones and cast it at the devil. Not embrace the damn serpent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're the only ones following the damn devil, bro. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, bro. You don't see the nations. They're looking at these people like the beasts they are. China said, "Yeah, I'm with Russia, and what?" You know what I'm saying? All of them are going to join forces. Ishmael soon. Watch. Most High willing. Abba Ratzazah. I can't wait to the day that the Ishmaelites grow some, you know what I'm saying, and say, "Yeah, we were Russia too." Now what? Because that's going to be the fulfillment of prophecies. That's what we're waiting for. You know what I'm saying? We know China and Russia, they down, they gang with each other now. And Ishmael is next on deck. Then after that, when NATO turns, the 10 horns turn on America, it's a wrap. So you women, you don't even know what the hell's going on, bro. You women have no idea what's going on in this world, in world politics, like they say.
Hey, this is a little off topic. Asiatic 7 is asking, is the 144 1/3? Is that you're asking that question, Asiatic 7? 144,000 equal 1/3? I know it to be that the 144 will come out of the 1/3.
Yeah, the elect, the 144,000 includes the 1/3.
Yeah, so the like the 144, like the super elect.
They're the super elect. They've been
they're the all-star team.
They're there for the foundation of the earth, the first fruits. Right. They're the ones that are going to get the spiritual power right away. They're the ones that are going to be hunting. They're going to be true hunters, man.
The hunters, Jeremiah 16:16, man. That's
we're waiting for it, man, because the time of the fishers is coming to an end.
We're coming out of fishing season. Hunting season is going to start soon.
Hey, you know it. We're waiting for it, man.
I got that scripture written on my truck, man. Jeremiah 16:16, bro. I'm waiting for hunting season. My truck is called the Reaper. It's a big black 2500. It's menacing. So instead of it like Raptor or whatever, I put Reaper on that joker, and then put Jeremiah 16:16.
Yo, Akim, I got a scripture speaking on the women to bring it back to the subject.
Yes.
It's in us. Sirach 26, verse 26. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all.
Hey, look, the choice was set before you right there, and that's how when Deuteronomy says this day is going to be charged against you, there it is. He gave you a choice. You could either honor your husband or not. And it's funny how that's still part of wedding vows, right? Honor your husband, but that's like probably the least thing that's done out of those vows. So obviously, the vows that you took are meaningless to you. Virgin males that never had sex. No, brother, that has nothing to do with virgin males, like literal. It has to do with actual um, uh, sanctified men that have not, you know. So that's what it has to do with it. It's not.
Yeah, it's about these truths because they're putting that new song out there. This is the new song. Nobody's dancing to this new song. So that's what the virgins are because they're not seduced by Babylon.
right,
Remember, she's the woman, and we're the men, the 144,000 are virgins because they didn't bow down to this women,
right.
and they're not bowing down to any woman.
They didn't suffer that Jezebel.
Exactly. So they're putting who? They're following the Lamb from the foundation of the earth. So they cannot be deceived.
Yeah, this is in spiritual sense.
God. It's like the 10 virgins with the oil. They're not actual 10 virgins or women. These are the elect that have the pure 100% truth, that have the understanding. Remember, 5 of them had all the oil and 5 of them didn't have the oil. So there's going to be what you call a separation coming. There's a sifting of the house of Israel as we speak. Come Passover, you're going to start seeing some shit going down. And that's next week, March 16th. So
right.
I don't know if anybody has a different date, but
I got the 14th, but yeah.
Okay, that's the if you're within 7 days, I think it's all good. So it's all good, brother. Yeah. So as long as you're celebrating it, we're calling upon the name of the Lord. This is a righteous act. Remember, we're in captivity. We're not gonna get everything 100%. We're rehearsing a righteous act. That's all we're doing.
We're living in the spirit of the law.
That's right.
All right. Shalom to the brother from Banyanyam, the tribe of Banyanyam, tribe of Benjamin. Shalom. Asiatic 7 wants to know about the virgin males in 2nd Ezra 13. Anybody got that?
Yeah, those are the elect, the 144,000, the ones that get in the crown. We just talked about that. Those are they're not a different people. They're the same.
Yeah,
these are the ones from the foundation of their. Remember, right. If this brother doesn't know,
2nd Ezra's account for it.
Right. These men, when Yahushua built the universe and the worlds, he made these spirits, these 144,000 spirits that are all men. Okay, no women among them, all men. And they help the angels and the Lord build up the worlds, the universe, the animals, the oceans, everything. So in fact,
these shall we make them in our image.
Right. So these brothers have been there since the foundation of the earth. That's reiterated by Peter. Remember, Peter is mentioning that they were sealed from the elect. Remember, that's what they were looking for.
Believe it or not, is also reiterated by Christ when he says, "Ye that have followed me throughout
in the regeneration." That's right, because he knew who he was talking to. Peter was King David. Because think about it. Why would Peter, a fisherman, just get the keys to the kingdom of heaven? What did he do? But in reality, if you know why he got the kingdom of heaven, because he was King David. But that's a little bit deep.
I was gonna. You know what? I was planning on doing a regeneration lesson.
I got a video of me and Yakasha did for 2 hours.
Regeneration.
Oh yeah, you can watch it, check it out. You get all the precepts. Yeah, but a lot of people that don't believe, they don't have water wings. Those are deep waters to go into. So I don't really want to get too much into it. Just like getting into the milk. But you can go into those videos and look them up and check them out for yourselves.
Cool. I love regeneration. Like that's one of my favorite subjects. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Like you said, it's on his channel. It's on my channel too. So
to think that I could have been someone in the past who we don't know who we are right now, but
exactly.
Just know that the prophets are before you, and we're yielding the warning. We're yielding.
Luke 1:70. The prophets of old from the foundation of the earth. Mm-hmm. So there was always prophets. We've been there since the foundation of the earth.
Right. And so also we'll send back the prophets, right? believe it's in the Apocrypha. I believe. Try to get it somewhere. Yeah, but anyway, we back here. We're back on the earth, and we're blowing the horns, man. We're blowing the trumpets to yield the warning to our people to adhere. You know, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So yeah, man, we just want to, you know, spread the truth, man. We want to spread this information. We would not love our neighbors if we kept this information to ourselves. And so, you know, as the prophets of the Most High, we can back up everything we say. Brother from the tribe of Benjamin says, Peter, King David, I want to hear more about this. Never heard this before. Only one I heard was John being Elijah. Brother Theodius, are you new to the truth, or are you even privy to the truth? Do you know that being the tribe of Benjamin, if you know the Hebrew name to the tribe of Benjamin, I would assume that you're somewhat familiar with the truth. So if you, like the brother said, if you haven't heard or learned yet what regeneration means in the scriptures, there's plenty of brothers, to include the brother that's on our panel right now, or the brothers that are on the panel right now, that have put out regeneration lessons. Was it done on your platform or on Brother Yakasha's platform?
It's on Brother Yakasha's, and it's on my channel. So,
okay, Northern Kingdom Prophets, or
yeah, it's on Northern Kingdom Prophets, and then
or Chosen Elegidos.
Chosen Elegidos should be on there as well too.
Okay, so you can what would it be titled? Regeneration, or
regeneration. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so either type in Northern Kingdom Prophets Regeneration or Chosen Elegidos Regeneration, and you should get a lesson. And there's other.
So it's about 2 hours long, so it's a long lesson.
Yeah, I think I've done a short one myself. But,
there's so many precepts. Really, we gotta keep going, but you know, you're trying to get. You don't want to do a 5-hour lesson.
It's pretty deep stuff, man. But just, man, it's kind of like, man, that juicy piece of steak that you just want to savor, you know. The fact that Christ, I touched on it a little bit with the last lesson. I think I did the bread and the wine. I touched a little bit with Yahushua coming in as different personalities throughout time.
Hey, was that brother trying to contact you? Said he wanted to go to your house or something to learn or something?
Who?
Remember that brother on that lesson? He goes, "Hey, I want to go learn with you or something." I think he was in Mexico or something.
Oh man, I'm not sure, but I mean,
remember you told him, I don't believe you until you start coming down. I'll give you directions or something like that, right?
Yeah, I know. I said, call me when you're at the border, and I'll
right.
Or if you put it this way, if anybody wants to do that is in Mexico, they just make sure you come over on Saturday between 3 and 6. I'm right there on the other side of the bridge. You'll see me every time.
Right, because that guy was like, "Oh, I need to go over there and learn with you," and then he hit me up, and I'm like, really? "Bro, I was just tell him, look, you trying to get to step 100, you need to step the first steps, man. Get the milk. You can't get, it's like somebody that's been in the gym for 20 years, and now you're gonna go do 15 reps with them. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. We're learning his darker secrets than the milk. We can teach you the milk." But the milk, you don't need to go anywhere. You can, watch a video, watch some breakdowns, carve up your Bible,
And what the scripture says, too, to prove a friend, bro. So I'm not just going to befriend anybody, have anybody just...
Hey, glad you said that, Ak. I'm not just going to give my address and this guy's going to trouble my
You'll walk up in my crib I don't know. Have tea and crumpets over here.
Hey, he had fringes on. He was smoking. It's all right.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't go down like that, you know.
By the way, I thanks to Fringes, I met a new Hebrew Israelite in my area, which they're scarce, man. And I was telling Brother Yakasha how I was, just to make a long story short, I was at Golden Corral at one that I don't normally go to, but kind of like, I don't know, it all, just to make a long story short, it all transpired that I will wind up at that Golden Corral. As I'm eating, I look up and I see a brother with zeets. He might even be watching in, man. And all, you know, again, all praises to the Most High and the water to the Most High that he crossed our paths. Yeah, man, I was just eating at Golden Corral, man. And thanks to Fringes, bro, it's a signet on us to an identifier for us to you know, recognize one another. And I just saw him with his eats, man, and I almost flipped the table, bro. I just kind of nudged my wife with the elbow, look, Zeets, and I got up and shot over there, and you know, I greeted him, and it was a wrap from there, bro. We just exchanged math and
Northern Kingdom or Southern Kingdom or what?
Judah, actually, yeah, Southern Kingdom, and his
Wow,
wife.
that's even rare in El Paso, man.
Yeah, and his wife, Northern Kingdom.
Wow,
Also,
yeah.
also wearing Zeets, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So
That's tremendous.
yeah, that's beautiful. And they were walking with his son, a teenage boy, I believe. I asked him, I said, you like your daddy's teaching you how to keep the commandments. You enjoy knowing that you're a prince on the earth. He said, yes, sir. And then I was like, cool, man. You carry your head up high, and I'll be speaking with y'all soon. So yeah, the brother is gonna be. I'm gonna be switching my weekly lessons because normally I have camp on Saturday, and then I normally, you know, by the time I try to build a lesson and stuff, I normally try to come on a Tuesday or Wednesday. But you know, he has Sunday, Monday off, and just for that love thy neighbor aspect, I'm gonna switch it to Monday. So I might be doing more lives on Monday so he can participate. But he's requesting a switch of his schedule so that, you know, maybe he can participate at camp as well. But the moral of the story is, man, the Most High is starting to gather us up.
Yeah, remember Isaiah 11:11, man. He's gonna be brought. There's a whole group of Filipinos that are waking up in the Philippines, man.
Yeah,
You know?
which some of them some of them are remnant. You know what I mean? And I could attest to that because there's a place where my second wife was from. You know, she passed away, and I have two of her sons that, of course, they're Ephraimites through me, but I believe that she could have been Judah because remember, the Philippines has a place that's called Negros.
Negritos. Yeah, it's called Negritos. Yeah.
Right. The Negritos were there. And
yeah, but you have to consider that there's more Northern Kingdom in the Philippines because of the transatlantic Acapulco, Trans-Pacific Acapulco run.
okay, yeah, also that's some of the stuff that I think Brother Iraq and Brother Yakasha and we came privy to with that book about the Spaniards kind of
well, this was happening at the same time the transatlantic side was happening. This was happening in the Pacific side as well. So what was happening, there was a deal that the Portuguese had a deal with the Chinese, right? So the Spanish couldn't deal with the Chinese. So what they were doing backdoor deals, and they said, as long as you come to the Philippines, we'll buy your shit. Because they're getting gold and silver, right? Chinese ain't gonna say no to that. Because they had an exclusive deal with Portugal. So what they did, they were getting gold and silver from Bolivia and Ecuador, like Peru area, and bringing them down to Acapulco, Mexico. And it would stop there, get more gold, silver, and slaves, and then it would go to Manila. So this was going on the same time the transatlantic slave was. And so our people were being sold. Asher, you know, Issachar, you know, Zebulon were being sold to the Philippines. And from the Philippines, it was just going to, Southeast Asia, all everywhere. So our people are everywhere.
Oh
But,
yeah. Mhm.
but the point is that there's videos of these brothers calling upon Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know,
Wow.
that's I don't know if you've seen it, but it was a
No,
very
I have not. I have not. I have not. But that's why the scripture.
there's a brother from the GMS, the one that does Get This Work. He says, I want to say that the channel is Get This Work, and it's like 3 weeks old, something like that, and it's like all Filipinos singing a song and calling upon Yahweh Abanawa Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So
Wow.
I think their group is called Ophir,
That,
which is
that
like the gold of Ophir. So that's
that
their group.
that's interesting because some would have coupled them up as being kind of those South Pacific Japhites.
Japhet went more towards the what you call Polynesia,
Right.
Hawaii, Tongans. Those are the real Greeks.
Okay.
They got pushed out by Alexander's father Philip of Macedonia. They got pushed out, and they got pushed out to the South Pacific Seas. So they took out most. If you look at all the Polynesians, Hawaiians, Tongans, they all have the same frame. They all have the same body, kind of like big, kind of strong dudes. And if you look at Minoans, you'll start seeing the pictures. They even have the towel wrap on the Minoans. You look at that.
Uh,
Yeah, the Filipinos have a small frame, kind of different.
but you would have seen my second spouse. She had she had full lips, dark skin.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong. Jake from Southern Kingdom was there. Like you said, there's a woman who does a breakdown on it, and she says that all the Filipino people were a darker hue until the so-called white man. Because remember, the Philippines is named after Philip, King Philip, and
Okay.
then they were there, and they came in, and they changed the bloodline as well. So
Con. Brother Yajarala, always a plethora of information. And
I just read a lot of books, man. So I need to bring it out,
But what would we do without you, brother? That's why, man. Everybody plays their part in this truth, man. And
Hey, brother Rack is over here with the books too, man.
oh
I
yeah,
be learning a lot from him, man.
Hey, well, why you think that I'm pleased to have y'all on board, man? Blessing my channel, bro, because I know that you guys are Hebrew encyclopedias, man.
Well, we try to get the books that we know are good, and then
Right.
try to give her a recommendation and go, hey, get this book. We do the essays for the essays, man, because sometimes you don't have that much bread, but you want to have a little bit of library to show your kids,
Yeah.
and some of these books are expensive, and some are not.
Yeah, well, definitely. I'm waiting for my kid, my last batch. Eat from a fruitful bunch that we are. But my last batch of kids to really get on that level where they're reading some pretty good high end books instead of all the BS that they be pushing in school.
Right. All of it is BS because remember they had to program us that way. So
Yeah.
for me growing up in school, I absorbed that, but my father had his own library and I was learning from his library. He was into the occult and he was into the Bible and he was into all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So
And-
I got to learn a lot
And
from
just
his
to
Bible and go and do research at the actual library. Learn how to do
Yeah.
research too.
Con, just to tie in with the lesson a little bit is that's why Psalms 22:6, man, train up a child in the way he should go, and it should never depart him. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
That's Proverbs, Doc. Proverbs.
Proverbs, sorry, Proverbs
Oh my God.
26. 20,
That's right. Because
22:6.
if you get a foundation, because really I was the reader for my dad. We used to go to Bible studies, but we never. It wasn't the truth, But I was actually he would call out the thing, and that's how I learned the Bible, the books,
Right.
of the book of Daniel. He'd call out this, and this, and this, and I was like 14, 15 years old, hanging around with 50-year-old people. So it's
Right.
like I really didn't want to be there. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be there, but I learned nonetheless all the books and stuff like that.
And
But it takes time, you know.
and let me bring out a good example of a good wife, and what it is to train up a child. This is going to come out of the Apocrypha in Susanna 1, 1 and 3, 1, 2, and 3. Check this out. There dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chexias. I know I'm killing that. A very fair woman, and one that feared the Lord. Her parents were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses. Now Joachim was a great rich man and had a fair. No, that's it. Yeah. So that's 3. So the example is because her parents were righteous and taught her from the law of Moses, she was a worthy wife for Brother Joachim.
Right, because that's the foundation of life.
Yeah,
The scriptures, Doc. If you have a foundation of Doc, you could do anything. Remember, look at these Jewish people. They use the Torah and they took over the world, Doc. They own everything.
And it's funny. It's funny. The fake Jews, Amalek.
That's what I'm trying to say. They used the model and they took over the world. They own everything.
Right. And not only that, their women don't play that.
No, hell no. Absolutely not.
Just like Brother Iraq said, you wouldn't see this happening in Africa or in any other part of the world in with the Arabs, with the Chinese. Freaking the Japanese, they're kind of a little loosey goosey. They're already tainted with Babylon. You see, because they look after Babylon. They want to do everything like Babylon. They want to look like Grease Lightning. Remember the movie Grease? They want to have that look. You got these Japanese. They emulate everybody. I don't know,
bro. There's a huge area. I want to say is Dakota or whatever. I forget. But they emulate the Chicano study of
Chicano culture. Yeah.
Yeah. And they dress like Chicanos. They get tattoos.
Low riders.
Bro, it's crazy. But in reality, some of them are, Issachar, because they ended up in Japan. So some of them are, but not all of them. But it's crazy that.
But it's probably the one Issachar that taught them that style, and then everybody wanted to follow along.
Right, but there's like old school dudes that have been doing it for like 40 years in Japan. Well, like low riding, chopping cars, and
Yeah, and there's a whole other group that emulate. They are big on salsa. They want to dance salsa.
They came out of Japan. Yeah. I forget it, man. So her name is Suzuki. Yeah, in Spanish, and they came over there. And they didn't know no Spanish. It was just like they were just phonetically saying it, so they didn't know exactly what they were saying. But they had it down. The record is badass. You can hear the record. You can tell they're Jake's. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, Akim, the reason that the Ammonites are the most westernized out of all the Eastern heathen is because the devil dropped the atomic bomb on them. And they said, who can make the war with the beast? You know what I'm saying? So that it feminized them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have really no comeback after that. I mean, it's no comeback after that, bro.
You have to understand that also Esau is the one that showed them how to do business. So that's why they dress with a tie. They shake your hand. They do all kinds of stuff. They put in long hours and stuff like that. But they do some backdoor shit.
They celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, no, but I'm just trying to say, like, business-wise, how they build up Japan after the war. They've adopted all the culture, man. Yeah, of course. But I'm trying to say, like, business-wise, they learn from Esau, and that's why they're so manipulative. They call themselves the octopus, Like, they deal with all their only Japanese, like, that's in the Torah. You only deal with your people. So if you have to do, hey, I need to get some of this, I go to Mitsubishi, I go to Nissan. I'll pay them versus that I go to Ford. That's why they're so tight knit. That's why they're so organized in Japan. Even though they have to pay more, they'll give it to their own people before they give it to what? to Esau.
But I agree with Brother Iraq. They got their ass whooped, so they had no choice to be friends now.
That's right. But they had to. What do they say? Because remember, in their culture, honor is everything. So when they got beat, it was a dishonorable thing that they got beat down. So they submitted to them. So once they submitted, they learned Esau's culture, and they took it, and they gone with it. You know, that's why. That's how I like you say it. They're submitted. They're a dog. You know.
Mm.
They're a whole biatch. That's what they are.
All right, Akim. Anybody want to add anything else before we close out? We're going on 2:49. I always say I didn't want to do these 3-hour marathons because at this point, I'm surprised there's some people that are still sticking with us, but it's always the normal bunch that are into what we say. But for any Jake that's trying to learn, that we lost them at 30 minutes with their attention span. But
it's only for the elect's sake, Doc. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. But yep. So looking up something real quick right here. And I'm not sure if I. Oh yeah. We all know this one, but this is for just to kind of touch base with if there's any wives that will touch into this again. We know what 31:3 says of Proverbs, because that's for the men to not give their strength to a woman. And like I had mentioned before, that's the reason why I don't, I can't communicate or have fellowship with my son anymore, because he did that and it caused him to go reprobate. But 31:10 says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." So if you're a brother out there that was able to find a virtuous woman and she's rocking with you in this truth, man, all praises to the Most High for that. And you are a better man than me, obviously. But yeah, so, where can we find these rubies, right? Is that what we ask? And that's what most of us would aspire for in the operation of our household. I mean, mine, I wouldn't say she's a ruby, man. She might be like a cubic zirconia. But yeah, I guess I was the only one that found that funny. But Proverbs 12.
That was funny. I'm just on mute.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump on your parade, but we'll see about that tomorrow, I guess.
Oh, well, hey, she's been good today, so don't spoil it for me. All right. Proverbs 12:4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. So, women, do not rotten your man's bones. You don't want a rotten bone. That was a little pun too. I guess y'all mute too.
Hey, yo, Akaban, and it's not like we're jumping on our women. The thing is, actually, we jump on the men obviously more than the women. So what? They're not supposed to. Even that, we gotta consider that. Sometimes we think, damn, are we getting on the women too much? Meanwhile, 95%, 90% of the time, we're cursing the hell out of our brothers, because they're following the devil and being sinners.
God, don't get me wrong, brother. Trust me. Like I said, I'm only being softy for like what's that terminology? Being politically correct, I guess, with other people's women. I don't want to get on that. That's for the men the men of their own household to deal with. You got to deal with your own household.
That's right.
I mean? The way I deal with my old lady, well, that's the way I deal with her. You know what I mean? I won't. I'm not gonna put my business on how I get down with my wife. You know. So, like I said, some days are better than others, and some days are family feud.
But this ain't personal; it's business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But there's, you know, as far as business is concerned, you know, we gave you the nice side of things, and we gave you the other side of the coin, and that other side of the coin is far more vicious than what we can ever project it to be, because the other side of the coin is that you're going to have to face the Most High and give an account for all your dealings. So I leave that one at that. So when you ready, if this doesn't yield to the chords of the woman's heart, to know, I'm giving you forewarning this day. I'm giving you forewarning. If you get to 2 hours and 55 and 36 and 7 and 8 and counting on this video, that you're going to give account to the Most High for your actions. And that's all I got to say about it. And if that doesn't put fear in your heart, then you don't love the Lord and you don't respect your husband, and you should get out and go do your business. That's my recommendation.
That's it.
Like Paul said, by permission.
Hey, what did they say? Here are the commandments. Here are life, or here is death. Which do you choose today?
Yeah. Well, I said this day before you, right?
That's right.
Choose death, choose life or death.
Before you. That's witnesses. That's right.
Yeah, I close out my camp with that a lot.
Oh, nice.
Because I tend to wash my hands off the blood of everybody. That's
right. You've been blowing the trumpet. You're telling them, so
right.
The blood is off your hands. That's right.
Yeah. So when I'm out there, and if you're within the sounds of my voice coming out of my speaker, and you hear me, I charge this day against you. So my recommendation is you choose life, or it's certain death for you. And so, I close out with that because you know what? After I leave, it's on them. Bible controversy. Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom.
That's Samson right there. That's how Samson went off.
Right.
Yeah.
And let me just say this, Akim, that we've had many women stand by our side throughout, especially during the times of our initial captivity. When the Spaniards came out here, you know, there was sellout women, but there was women that held it down too. With the Gadites, especially the Gadites, you had Issacharites in the Mexican Revolution that were female. So you always had examples that women is going to stand by our side. So the Most High is going to preserve women to for this. To put it like this, the spiritual revolution, because we're not speaking of a carnal revolution, you know, like you had the Black Panthers, you had the Brown Berets, you had the Young Lords, you had all these movements, and they had women in there. So those are the type of women, they're in the right direction, but now they got to go all the way back to the scriptures as an Israelite woman, you know what I'm saying? Underneath their man. This is the only way that revolution that they thought was gonna happen back then is gonna happen now. It's gonna be a so-called spiritual revolution. So all those spirits, all those women, you know, back in the days from the times that the devil was exterminating the Gadites and North American Indians, Mexico, and all those women, you know, they have the right frame of mind, and that's what these women have to understand, that there's been women that stood by their man on the worst of the worst times.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was Babylon the Great, Esau and his concepts, the concepts of men that actually destroyed the minds of our women, and now we're dealing with it, and some of us paying for it, but yet we just pray the Most High just finish this already, so we can just usher in total righteousness in the kingdom.
Another point before we shut out, you know.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. We're at we're approaching 3 hours and 30 seconds right now. So, final thoughts from the panel.
Just if you know, if your wife is in the truth and she's following you, a good thing to do is to anoint her, anoint your children, and pray over them, because Satan is going to come through them. They're the weakest point, like you said. They're the weaker vessel. How is Satan's going to come? He's going to come through her. So anoint your wife, pray over your wife, pray over your children, anoint your children, because you know you want to protect them. You want to get prayed up. You want to get spiritual warfare. You got to be suited and booted, man.
Yeah, con, and we'll leave that as a recommendation for the brother that requested this. I don't think he's still hanging in there. I don't know, but either way, that's the recommendation to all our brethren. Kwam Yasharala. Iraq, anything? Final thoughts?
My final thought is Genesis 25, talking about the household. We're going to bring it back to our forefather, Jacob. It says, and the boys grew, Genesis 25:27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. You bring that up to date, that's a man out of the world, a man of the streets, right? And Jacob was a plain man. He was a righteous man, dwelling in tents. So that is the ultimate example of how we should be in these last days. A man meditating on the word of the Most High, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, in our tents, taking care of that tent. You know what I'm saying? A plain man dealing with his wife. Or if you're not dealing with a wife, you're righteous. You're not out there in the world like Esau is. You know what I'm saying? The heathen. So that's my message for this lesson, the truth within the family. Let's look back to our forefathers of the righteous examples that they left. So I'm gonna say the water, brother, for inviting me on. Shalom, Hakim, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai B'Rakathan.
We got to bring this back more often. Brother Yakasha, mighty Yakasha. What you got?
I'm gonna say it like this, brethren. This walk is not easy for the husband or the wife. It doesn't happen overnight. All right. It is a work, and as a husbandman is tilling his soil and his land, and cleaning it out, getting prepared for good fruits and planting good seeds. It takes time, and it takes effort with the washing of the water of the word. Be patient, show patience the same way Yahweh Shai show patience with you, with your rib, and just keep working at it, Akim. You know what I mean? That's all I gotta say.
Nah, you're gonna say something else, brother. Bring us out, brother. Yeah, I just love how you praise the Most High, and how you the tone of the spirit in your voice. Close us out.
You want me to close this out?
Yes, brother.
You know how I do it. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. For let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Shalom, Akim.
Hey, give the praises to the Most High, brother. That's how I wanted you to close it out too.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai B'Rakatah, B'Rakatah Yahweh, B'Rakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Holo Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Kol Holo Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, brothers. To the next one, brothers. Thank you for blessing the channel, man, and I look forward to doing more. Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.